G'day everyone. Hope everyone's having a good night, day, or whatever time it is for you guys. As you can see, I'm on Dmar's account, 56 billion kill point account, an absolute Kraken here in 1875. So we're going to be reviewing his account, going through his autark, uh, deads, gear, armaments, canyon, everything like that. And so before we begin, I would just like to ask everyone to subscribe and like it for more similar content like this. And we'll get right into it. So yeah, as you can see, 200 million power, 56 billion kill points is just absolutely wild. So we'll go through here. So obviously he's in the top 0.01%. Just absolutely wild. His highest power ever was almost 230 million power, which was during or just before the 1365 KVK, which was last KVK. 73, almost 74 million dead, which is still pretty mental, at 740 million power. And as you can see, he doesn't bother with farming much resources. He just doesn't need to, and just an insane amount of victories to defeats. It just shows how active he has been. We'll have a look here. All of his cars here. And so this was in, I think, 2 or 3 KVKs ago when we were 2489. Number 1 in kills there. And then this was in our most recent KVK where he came 3rd, which he got more than in the 2489 KVK, which is just absolutely mental. So as you can see, you got 736 million units killed and 11 million units lost, which is just crazy. So he almost traded 2 to 1, so maybe around 85% there. And he plays Arc quite a lot. He's in the main team here in 1875. So let's go through his city skins. Let's start with the Kingdom Select. So basically, these are the skins you have to pay just a lot of money to put nicely to get it. So he has this one here, 2% damage reduction, which is really good. After leaving the city, he has 20% march speed for 5 minutes. And it expires after entering battle in another city. So this is really good for marching to a battle or anything similar to that. Or I think even Arc it counts for, so it's great for Arc, which is insane. And then proportional fallen units resurrected during Relentless Warriors, which is what you get at the end of KVK, which adds up a lot. So instead of maybe 60%, you get 65%, which can be a couple million units, which again is just a Kraken level. So we'll have a look at all of these legendary skins. So he has a 30-day 12% troop defense, a 30-day cav health, a 15% archer health. I believe this is an Arc of a Sara skin, so 3% health, 3% training speed, which is good for other Zenith powers or pre-KVK. 10% cav attack. This is a KVK one, KVK one. I went through those, and then he's got 20% archer attack because he's an archer main, I believe, but we'll have a look later. 20% cav attack, and this one here, 12% all troop type attack. So he has literally everything you'll ever need, which is just wild. And we can have a look here. So he's number 4 in kills, which is crazy, and number 10 in power there. So we can have a look at his, actually we'll have a look at his VIP first. So he has 2,524 days of login, obviously SVIP, and he's bought out a lot of these, which is the best value, except for the last 2, which aren't amazing. He's already maxed out this, so he's over and done with already, which is insane. And then you can see how much resources he used. So you can see, I guess he runs more cav marches since a lot of food is gone compared to wood, which, that's an insane amount of resources in his bag. I think last KVK used around maybe 200, 300 billion resources, which is wild. And he went pretty much to 0, so he's already back up very healthy and speed ups there. There's a few more extra there. He has plenty of boosts And then he hoards everything until KVK, I assuming, by all these saved up here. And then same with the armament. So maybe I'll talk to him, see what I can do. Maybe he'll record opening them all for us and we can chuck it on a video. So this would be mental if you got to open all these. 600. It might be close to another special inscription. And he's loaded up some of that. It's wild. There's not much AP compared to what he used to have, since he spent about 500k last KVK to get the best tech he possibly could. He has a lot of Supreme Ortic, and we'll have a look at gold heads there, and that's pretty much everything interesting. So there's everything interesting in the bag. So now we'll head to commanders. So this, I would assume, is his main cav. I haven't had a look at these yet. So everything's, all the main things are T5 really. This doesn't need to be T5 because it just gives nothing crazy. It's good, but nothing crazy. He's got here for the extra attack. He might level up to level 4 eventually for the march speed. And then he has good crits there, which is pretty decent. And he has a spare dagger, crit dagger, just casually laying around. And I got a wonderful looking delta set there. That is wild. 3.5% everything. That is just insane. That's alright. He's probably waiting for another special inscription before he tries to do anything with this. Just so many double inscriptions. Everything there. He doesn't like to do that. So this is still really good. He was probably still working on this eventually to get this level higher, but he's got a lot of other things to work with. And the good all damage there and decent of the other rolls there. So overall, that's a wonderful set. And going to his main archer. Almost everything T5 except for the gloves and some of the accessories. So yeah, I would assume he just recently made this from doing ballers and everything else. To replace the horn that he had crit. So he put that on his second march instead of his main, which is very smart. Oh my days. There's no words for that. That's just wild. So full foreign legendary inscriptions there. Good rolls there. Decent, and great rolls there. So maybe balanced isn't the best for QSH, but maybe it's just there for looks. But that's a wonderful set there. This main infantry, again, everything, a lot of things tier 5 there. So 5 out of 8. And he's probably working on the gloves as well. So it seems he's wanting to get all the main equipment, you would say, T5, and then the accessories last, because the accessories cost a lot more. And then another 3 legendary inscriptions. Oh my gosh. He's probably still working on that. Being patient with that. Great all damage. Good rolls there. Good rolls there. And again, good rolls there. Just wild. This is his second Archer March. T5 boots and T4 most of everything else. And this would be his main horn, which he moved from his main Archer March because QSH doesn't need it. And solid, really solid gear there. Wow. That is a lot. He's gotten lucky with a double inscription there. Enduring is pretty decent. And assertive, that's great. You could argue that's better than the rare inscriptions, which you can see. Yeah, so he does have it, but I don't think he's trying to get it because you would rather the 2% all damage than the 3% damage resistance here. And then great rolls for the Boiling Blood. And his second Infantry March. T5 boots again for the extra march speed. And almost everything crit and T4, and as those two in the accessories. But again, that's just amazing. So he has blueprints and materials ready to craft. I would assume he's waiting for before KVK or for Alliance mobilization. But we can have a look there. So wow, for his second pincer, that is really good. Good rolls there. Pretty unlucky here, but he'll work on it, I'm sure, with his 400 stones there. That's good there. And that's slightly low, but it is his second inf, so it's nothing crazy. And overall, the stats are pretty good. Wow. For his second cav, that is just mental. Let's take that in there. So he's got a drum, which is good. So he has 2 drums that he runs. So that's overall really good for the murder ball and his marches. So everything will skill cycle faster. And again, everything crit except the accessories. And then he's starting to tier everything up, which is awesome. And then 2 legendary inscriptions and 2 rare, which is still really good. I'm guessing as well he'll probably... let's have a look here, see how many he has. He'll probably swap that over to Delta. Yes, he doesn't have any yet. I'm sure he'll acquire some. I'm sure he'll swap this over to Delta because skill damage for Cavalry is not ideal. Let's see if he has maxed Hector yet. He has not, but we'll see what he does there. So he'll probably end up moving this over to combo. We'll see what happens there. And this is his 3rd cav, so probably where the dagger would go usually, I would assume. So we'll chuck that on there. So solid set. He probably doesn't use this very much, or he might on the occasion, but it's just a fill-in march. So a few crits there, just a base set. So it's still pretty good. The drum's good to go on the worst marches, so they still buff when they don't do much damage. And crit dagger, and then still decent there. So 2.5% more skill damage is good. Assertive again is one of the best. Common inscriptions, focus fire, and hunter, of course. And we'll see what else he has here. So he's working on a leadership march, which is probably good for just a city garrison, arc garrison eventually, and he can run siege if he wants to with this march. And then that's pretty good. Probably good for canyon as well. It looks like it's mixed cav and archer and all damage there, so it's decent. See if he has any other gear on here that's hidden away. So there we go, yeah. So he has pretty good inscriptions there, with everything but a rare, but everything else here is decent. And a full crit here, and he can probably just use a leadership one, which might be slightly better with the iconic levels there. And then he has some gathering stuff around here. It should be about everything for his gear and equipment, which was insane. And we're going to have a look at his canyon here, see what his setup is. He doesn't play canyon very much, so I'm not sure if he would like this or not, but we'll swap around his... Oh, I'm not going to do that actually. We could swap around and optimize his canyon, but we'll just have a look at what his defense is. He doesn't play it very much. So yeah, still solid. So he's doing the same thing I am. He's saving all of his gold heads for KVK. So he hasn't put any gold heads into here. We'll double check. So still really solid here. He's just waiting for KVK to invest. So yeah, as you can see, all normal heads. So he does this by Alliance Mobilization rewards and the Wheel of Fortune, which is really good. As you can see, he's maxed this out for many materials and everything else. And then he's getting there for the Shining Resolve, which is really good value there. So that is Dmar's account there. And once again, remember to like and subscribe if you'd like to see similar content, and be sure to leave comments down below for Dmar, because he'll be watching this video as well. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, but yes, this is a Kraken account. It's just absolutely mental. So yeah, so everyone make sure to have a good day. Thank you for watching and tuning in, and see you next time.